Dear student, myself Rajendra Asiri. I am assistant professor in computer science department at Government Bangat PG College, Didwana. In the previous lecture, we have started a lecture series on cryptography and network security, and we have discussed some basics about cryptography, how to create a secure crypto system, what are the various basic ingredients to make a crypto system, and we have discussed about various type of encryption and decryption algorithms. Now, in today's lecture, we will focus on substitution type of cipher. So, substitution cipher is a cipher that replaces one symbol with the another. It is basically of two type. It is mono. It can be mono alphabetic or it can be poly alphabetic. Now, what mono alphabetic? In mono alphabetic, the relationship between a symbol in the plain text to a symbol in the ciphertext is always 1 to 1. The meaning of this is, suppose in plain text we are having a alphabet A, then A is having a one-to-one relationship with the corresponding alphabet in the ciphertext. Now suppose in plain text after 3 4 alphabet again A alphabet is coming, then it is having the same relationship. It will be replaced by the same alphabet which is being replaced by the previous alphabet A. So the relationship is 1 to 1 in case of mono alphabetic cipher. Here one example is listed. So try to understand it. In the plain text there are 5 alphabet HELLO. HELLO. So 5 alphabets are there. Every alphabet is having a corresponding alphabet in the ciphertext also. So if you see thoroughly in the ciphertext also there are 5 alphabet. So H here is replaced with the K, capital K. E here replaced with the capital H. And if you notice now, third and fourth position is LL, small ll in plain text. So both are same. It means in order to make it mono alphabetic cipher, both the L should be replaced in the ciphertext with the same alphabet. So if you notice here, both the L are replaced with the capital O. It means there is one-to-one relationship from plain text alphabet to the ciphertext alphabet. So first L is replaced with capital O. Similarly, second L is also replaced with the capital O, and last small o is replaced with the R. So in this manner, suppose at the sixth position, again here L is there at the sixth position, then in ciphertext it will be replaced with the O. The meaning of this is that in plain text every occurrence of the alphabet, same alphabet occurrence, will be replaced with the same occurrence of the ciphertext alphabet. Now next category of substitution cipher is polyalphabetic cipher. As the name implies, in polyalphabetic cipher, the relationship between a symbol in the plain text to a symbol in ciphertext is not one to one. It can be one to many. Means suppose one alphabet name is A and again A is coming, then first A can be replaced by X and second A in the plain text may be replaced in ciphertext with the Y. So first A with the X, second A with the Y. So it is not one to one relationship. It is not maintaining one to one relationship. One to many relationship means one alphabet from plain text is being replaced in ciphertext with the more than one alphabet. So it is polyalphabetic type of cipher. Example is listed here. So see, in the plain text the message is today is Tuesday. So if you notice in today one alphabet T is there, capital T is Tuesday. In Tuesday also capital T is there. So if you see first capital T is replaced in ciphertext with capital U, but second capital T is replaced with the X. So it is not monoalphabetic, it is polyalphabetic. The concept comes from this is that two same letter can be encrypted to different letters in case of polyalphabetic. In case of monoalphabetic, two same letters encrypted with the same letter only in ciphertext, but in case of polyalphabetic, two same letter can be encrypted to different letters in the ciphertext. Now, monoalphabetic and polyalphabetic can be further classified in various different categories. So first we are doing monoalphabetic. So monoalphabetic is of three type, can be divided in three type. First is additive cipher. It is also called as shift cipher, or it is also called as seizure cipher. In these type of cipher, some security attack can be encountered. First security attack is brute force attack. In brute force attack, we are checking for every possibility. Means suppose in plain text there are alphabet, so there in English there are total 26 alphabet are possible. So if we try 26 possible combination in case of shift cipher or seizure cipher or additive cipher, then the attack or the plain text can be compromised. We can, means from ciphertext we can again generate the plain text with help of brute force attack by checking all the possibility. Next one is statistical analysis attack. In this we are just checking some statistics, means based on some frequency of the alphabet. Means in English, E is the alphabet which is having the highest frequency in any message. So based on some traffic analysis or statistics analysis, we can make the attack on the additive cipher. Next type of cipher is multiplicative cipher. Third one is affine cipher. In affine cipher, it is combination of both the shift cipher as well as multiplicative cipher. So we will put light in this type of cipher in very much detail in the upcoming lecture. Now next we are focusing on polyalphabetic cipher. Polyalphabetic cipher are again classified in three categories. First is Playfair type of cipher, second is Vigenère type cipher, and third one is Hill cipher. So we will be discussing in detail in the upcoming lecture. Now in today's lecture, we will be focusing in depth on additive cipher or seizure cipher or shift cipher. All are same cipher having different name, means additive, seizure and shift. Now just look, in this particular scenario, Alice is the sender and Bob is the receiver. Our plain text, what is our plain text here? Whatever plain text, suppose here we have taken P is the plain text, and again at the receiver after the decryption it will be again got by the receiver as P only. In between the message which will travel, that is called as ciphertext. Now if you look, since the name is shift cipher, it means we are just taking a key and we will keep on adding the key on the plain text, which will further generate corresponding ciphertext. Means alphabet by alphabet. It is, since it is monoalphabetic cipher, so every alphabet in plain text will be replaced by the same alphabet or with the same alphabet in the ciphertext. Suppose in plain text we are having X, then again we are having X in plain text, then both the occurrence of X will be replaced by the same alphabet in ciphertext. So this is monoalphabetic. Now suppose Alice is the sender, it at the sender end we will apply which mechanism? Encryption. Encryption means just applying on the plain text. So here we are applying which type of encryption? Additive type of or shift type of encryption algorithm. So the formula is shift cipher can be obtained with the help of plain text. We will add key and then we will do the mod 26. Why we are doing mod 26? Because we are taking alphabets in plain text, and we all know that there are total possible alphabet is capital A to capital Z or small a to small z. So total 26 possible combinations are there. It means 0 to 25 possible values can be there, since I am assuming capital A or small at position 0. So Z will be at 25. So we have to do mod 26, the size of the alphabet, total size of the alphabets. So plain text plus k, then we will do mod 26, then it will result into ciphertext. Now ciphertext will be travel from sender to receiver in the transmission channel. Now it will go to the receiver side. At the receiver, decryption mechanism is there, and in the decryption what we want as the output, we want plain text, so we have to put ciphertext in the input. So from the if we have the ciphertext how and key, then how to generate plain text? The formula is we have to subtract key from the cipher, because at the sender end we have added that, so at the receiver end we have to just do the opposite mechanism. The ciphertext minus key, then we will have to do mode 26, so it will give the plain text. Now at the receiver again we will get the p. So here one very important point is there: when the cipher is additive, the plain text, ciphertext and key are integer in Z26. Z26 means it is a set of integer starting from 0 to 25. So total 26 possible combinations we can have of the plain text as well as of the ciphertext as well as of the keys. So that's all from the additive cipher. In additive cipher, various type of attack can be done, but the two general attacks are: one is brute force attack. Here Z26 means total 26 possible combination. If you will try of the key, then we can compromise ciphertext. Means from the ciphertext, if we want to get plain text, and if you don't know the key, then total 26 possible combination if you apply, then definitely you will get the exact plain text. Clear? So here we can make brute force attack, and brute force attack is easy to make here because total possibility is only 26, so it is easy to implement. Next is statistical type of analysis type of attack. So here we will just apply some statistics of various alphabets, their frequency type of mechanism we apply. Every alphabet is having a different frequency, so based on that we can just get from ciphertext to plain text with the help of frequency or statistical analysis type of attack. Now in the next lecture we will study about multiplicative type of cipher, and after that we will learn about the affine cipher, that is combination of additive cipher as well as multiplicative cipher. In additive cipher we applied an operation addition, and in case of multiplicative we will apply the multiplication operation. And mode 26 will be same because we are just taking alphabet only in plain text, so total 26 possibility, and in the ciphertext also there will be 26 possibility in case of seizure cipher or shift cipher. Thank you.